Right away transition, no hesitation. High as you can, get up.
Good evening and welcome to Antelope Gymnasium on the campus of Grand Canyon University in the heart of Phoenix for tonight's Mountain Pacific Sports Federation men's volleyball match between the visiting number 11 Cougars of BYU and the Lopes of GCU. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Philip Catafamo. And Philip, both sides come into this one on losing streaks.
Yeah, GCU dropped their last two on the road, one getting swept by Pepperdine, and then following that up with a loss against UCLA. But on the flip side, BYU is another team that's been struggling. 0-4 in their last 4 games. So both teams are looking to break losing streaks, and GCU is looking for their first victory against BYU since joining the conference.
That's right, and the last time these two teams met was just a little bit over a month ago in Utah, and that one saw BYU coming out with a 3-1 victory.
It was definitely a big victory for BYU at home. We were speaking to one of the SIDs for GCU, and apparently there may have been a little bit of a questionable call with a replay system, a new system implemented in NCAA. BYU is one of the schools that gets to utilize this system as it becomes a new thing in collegiate volleyball, and so BYU had an opportunity to challenge play. They challenged the play, questionable call, and they got the call for them and ended up winning the game. But there's no replay system here in the Antelope Gymnasium. BYU is a fantastic team. They are very, very good, and GCU is going to need to be at the top of their game if they want to pull off the upset against BYU.
The Lopes have the weapons to do that. They've been able to hang with a lot of tough conference teams and ranked teams so far this year. They're 0-3 all time against these Cougars. So now we'll see what they will have to do to come out victorious as we take a look at the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Well, our first one is jump ahead. GCU is going to need to get ahead of BYU and stay ahead of BYU if they're going to beat the Cougars here at the Antelope Gymnasium. Next, they're going to need to silence BYU's heavy hitters. Gabby Garcia-Fernandez, the sophomore for the Cougars, 345 kills on the season, leads the Cougars in kills and is a heavy hitter for BYU. USC was able to keep him to 9 in a 3-game sweep that the Trojans beat BYU in their most recent game. They kept Gabby Fernandez quiet. They're going to need to keep him quiet tonight. Finally, the third key to the game, momentum. It's going to be a momentum game. If GCU can get the fans, as usual, behind them, get some ruckus in the gymnasium, they should walk away with a huge upset victory, but momentum is going to be a big key factor.
Absolutely, and the Antelope Gym is going to be rocking tonight. It always is, and now let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams, brought to you by Dignity Health. First, for the Cougars, it'll be number 1, Davide Gardini, number 5, Gabby Garcia-Fernandez, number 9, Andrew Lincoln, number 16, Felipe Fiera, number 18 will be Miki Yauhainen, Brody Ernest, number 19, and number 6, Zach Hendrickson. And for the Lopes, it's going to be the usual suspects: Ian McLean, Christian Jenke, Will Schwob, David Kieshel, Alex Shmalev, Tanner Petchel, and the libero Cole Udall.
Like you said, Kyle, it's the usual suspects. I mean, Christian Jenke is another guy. BYU's got a sophomore that's really good. GCU's got a freshman that's really good. Christian Jenke leading this team in kills with 304. It's going to take all hands on deck to beat BYU tonight.
Absolutely, and both sides getting ready to go as we get ready to start this conference play. Conference play winding down for both teams. This will be the last matchup for BYU, as the Lopes have one more remaining after tonight. They'll be right back here on Saturday, and it looks like Tanner Petchel is ready to go with the first serve of the match.
It's loud, it's ruckus. We're ready to go here at the Antelope Gymnasium, Kyle.
Referee blows his whistle. Tanner Petchel will get ready. And the fans already have their Lopes up here in set number 1 on serve number 1. And it's almost an ace for Petchel. Set outside, out of bounds, and a misplay from Garcia-Fernandez. And the Lopes take the first point, and it's 1-0. Absolutely what you want for the Lopes is Gabby Garcia-Fernandez not being able to land at least the first one. And hopefully they'll be able to force him into a couple more miscues as Petchel gets ready to serve again. That one outside off the hands, and it gets out of play and down. And BYU will tie this one up at 1 apiece as number 16, Felipe Fiera, will come back into the middle for the libero for BYU. And now Number 18, Miki Yahainen will be the server. Going right at Udall, and it's a missed errant pass, and now the Cougars have a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, Udall trying to get the set to the right side and is unable to obviously accomplish that goal as it goes out of bounds. This is what I'm talking about with mistakes for GCU. They got to limit their mistakes against a very good Cougars team.
Absolutely, got to be able to receive the ball off the serve. That time Udall gets a good pass to Petchel, and it's going to be blocked right back at McLean by Fiera. And now it is a 2-point Cougar advantage. The Lopes are going to look to get it back on this serve and get some momentum back rolling their way. Yahainen is back again. That one will be set outside for Kieshel. Gonna get out of play, no touch. Looking for the touch off the top of the fingertips and will not get it, and it's 4-1 BYU.
Well, not a bad hit by Kieshel, just a little too much mustard on that one as it's sent way out of bounds. Again, GCU's just gonna have to start limiting their mistakes, so they're gonna find themselves behind very quickly.
Already a 3-point deficit. And that's gonna be a huge service ace for the Cougars, and just like that, they are up 5-1. Good placement on the serve. And the Lopes cannot dig themselves a much bigger hole as they're gonna have to try and dig out of this early 4-point deficit here in set number 1. That one will be set up and outside. That's gonna be Christian Janke. It gets down. And Janke is on the board. 1 swing, 1 kill, and it's 5-2.
Well, finally GCU strikes again, and they're able to get their second point in this first set. And it comes by Eric Janke, the freshman Christian Janke, with a great spike down into the court. Again, momentum is going to be a big thing, and let's see which way it sways.
Janke ready to serve. Now the Lopes down by 3. And Janke serves right into the net, and the Cougars will get that one back, and it's 6-2. And really something that's plagued GCU all season long is service errors. And they tend to play better when they have minimal service errors. And they've already picked up one early on here in set number 1. As Garcia Fernandez's rocket of a serve will go a little bit long and out of play. And now Ian McLean gets ready to serve with the Lopes down by 3. So McLean gets a good serve off, and they'll go with the touch. Good dig from Schwob, and it's outside for Kieshel. Blocked but out of play, and the Lopes now have a 2-point deficit. And get a little bit of momentum now on a 2-point swing, and we'll look to keep that rolling.
Well, it was a good response by GCU. Great defense up front to keep that ball in play, and then a big dive by Will Schwob to keep the ball up. GCU find themselves another point.
That one will go outside again, off the fingertips and out of play. And BYU up 7-4. And that is Davide Gardini, the big outside hitter from Italy for BYU. He's also going to be trouble as they have a 2-headed monster in Gardini and Gabby Fernandez. And that time Shmolev will get a kill off the block, and it's 7-5 now BYU.
GCU, serving for the Lopes, number 22, David Kieshel.
Now David Kieshel will get ready to serve. Referee blows his whistle. And now the Lopes will look to get on a bit of a run and hopefully tie and take the lead. So Kieshel just gonna miss that back line. And it's 8-5.
Point BYU.
Now that is the second service error of this match for GCU. As Fiera will go back and be the server for the Cougars. And his serve will go long. So back-to-back service errors once again on both sides, and it's 8-6.
I know it's still pretty early and it's only a 2-point deficit for GCU, but if they go on a little bit of a run here to at least tie things up or give themselves a 2-point lead, could really carry them for the rest of the set.
Absolutely, and Will Schwob will look to get momentum rolling for the Lopes on this serve. He'll go with the floater. And now kept alive and set to the back row. And off the errant pass of Will Strobe trying to dig it out. Now it's 9-6, BYU.
Serving for the Cougars, number 19, Brody Ernest.
Brody Ernest will be the server. This is his first serve attempt for the Cougars. Right at Janke. Petchel up top. He'll go back to Janke, and that'll get down. Janke's got another kill off the touch, and it's 9-7. So trading blows early on are the Lopes and the Cougars.
You know, I will say GCU, while they have committed a couple mistakes and they have had a lot of balls hit off their hands and gone the wrong way, they are keeping this game pretty close.
And that's what you got to do, keep it within striking distance until you can take the lead and get on a run. As Shmalev serves up a good one, and it's pushed outside and blocked by McLean and Petchel, but kept alive. Back outside for Fernandez. That one is blocked once again, right back at us over here at the table, and it is now 10-7 as that one went off the hands of the block by Shmalev and Petchel. The Cougars regained a 3-point advantage.
Well, how about Ian McLean with a big block up front? Unfortunately, it does result in a BYU point, but good defense up front from a team that, you know, they got to just start finding something here.
That serve off the top of the net kept alive, and now right to Ian McLean. It hits the back line and falls, and it's 10-8. So we talk about it quite a bit here on these broadcasts, is that if the Lopes can get their middles going with Shmalev and McLean, they're a very dangerous team, because you know you're going to have Keishel and Janke there along with Schwo, but if you get your big middles going, you'll be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is they've got those two wings that are just so good. If they can get everybody going, especially that middle section of the court.
So the call right now on the court is that that ball went off of the antenna, but it was touched by a BYU defender, and that's what caused it to hit the antenna. So as it stands right now, it's a Lopes point and a 10-9 BYU advantage, but the referees are going to talk about it.
Well, GCU could definitely use this point. I mean, it's a little bit of a weird way to get a point, but you know, you find it, and yeah.
And the call's going to stand, and without instant replay, you can't review it here at Antelope Gymnasium. At least this year you can't. And now the Lopes pick up a huge point. Now Tanner Petchel gets set to serve it with his team down by just one now. That one outside for Davide Gardini, and it finds the line and some space, and it's 11-9 BYU.
That's what I'm talking about. GCU really needs to find a couple points here, because BYU will start to spread out as much as possible in terms of the deficit. Right now it's 3. It's been 2 for the most part, but BYU is starting to pull ahead just a little bit, but GCU has been able to find points every time BYU scored.
Petchel keeps it on his side. He'll feed Janke. It finds the floor. Huge kill from Christian Janke, and the Lopes will cut back into the lead. It's 10-11.
Drop the hammer, Christian Janke. Huge kill to put the Lopes within 1.
Janke's got 4 kills so far in this match on 4 swings, so he's 4 for 4, and he'll go back to serve. The last time he served, it went into the net, but that one's a rocket in play. And now they'll go for Fernandez. It's out of play, no touch, and we have our first tie since it was 1-1 early on. It's now 11-11.
This is the stretch I was talking about, where GCU's got to find some points. They got a great kill by Janke, and now finding another point on a miscue on BYU's side. Right here, they got to start taking advantage.
And that time Janke right into the net again, so his second service error, and it's 12-11 BYU.
Number 5, Gabby Garcia Fernandez.
And Fernandez serves that one right into the net. We're tied again at 12 apiece as Ian McLean gets ready to serve it for the Lopes. Kill in the middle, that one for Felipe Vieira, and BYU regains another 1-point advantage here in set number 1. Verdini serve right at Janke, and now it is set outside for Kichel. Gonna get off the block, and we are tied up at 13. And now David Kichel will pick up his second kill of this match.
Number 22, David Kichel.
He will get ready to serve for the Lobes. Kichel serve right in the net. Another service error for the Lobes. BYU will get the serve back and regain a 1-point advantage.
You know, I know you want to get the service ace as much as possible, but I wouldn't put it past GCU if they just put the ball over the net and hope that their team can get them points instead of trying to rely on the server. You see that with a couple guys who just sort of put it over just to get it over, as Will Schwab gets a huge kill right there. Will Schwab with a huge kill, but like I was saying, they just put it over the net and let the guys play instead of trying to get the service ace every time. They might find a little bit more of a competitive opportunity.
Exactly, try and just put it in play and good things will happen. Let your defense work, and now Schwab picks up his first kill, and he will get ready to serve it with a tied game at 14 apiece. That one for Fernandez, and that one will be a kill. He'll pick up another one, and it is now 15-14 as we will have a quick timeout on the floor. BYU leads it by 1 early on in set number 1, and we will have the remainder of this set and this match when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Baseball's back.
And so is Sanderson Ford with Grand Slam offers like this.
Get a new Ford Ranger for only $22,500. New F-150 Super Cruise from $34,500. We've loaded up the bases with Arizona's biggest selection of new Fords.
Don't miss these straight-up offers at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford.
We're also America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction. We'll treat you right.
Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
We are back inside the Antelope Gymnasium as it is a 15-14. BYU Cougars have the lead by 1. The Lopes have been able to claw their way back into this set as they were down as much as 4 early on.
Well, they found a couple opportunities. They've scored some points, and they're capitalizing a little bit in the middle there on BYU's mistakes. They got to keep capitalizing when BYU gives them opportunities, especially when it results in service errors on the side of the Cougars.
That one was looking for Schwab in the back row. It will not fall, and now a 2-point Cougar advantage.
Well, just like in the beginning of this set, BYU keeping hold of that 2-point lead. GCU has yet to lead in this entire game, except in the early going when they scored the first point. Other than that, BYU has really controlled this game.
That one in the middle, Shmalev, huge kill, Alex Shmalev. The Lopes are pumped up, and it's 16-15. And he will get ready to be the server as McLean will check in to the front row.
All I'm saying is just put it over and let your team play. And then maybe when you can get just a little bit more accurate on your serves, you can start going for those aces.
That one kept alive. Kichel and Schwab will keep it up, and it'll go Janke, blocked right back down, and that'll find the floor, and another 2-point advantage for BYU.
It's going to be tough to put it over this BYU front line. This team is extremely tall. Their shortest guy is 6 foot. Everybody else is over 6'5", with a couple guys leaning over 6'2" and 6'4", but regardless, this is a tall team, so those sort of hits over the front line are going to be very, very tough for GCU to capitalize.
Absolutely a whistle, and they're going to call a carry on Petchel, trying to set that one up for Kichel. And now we will get a quick timeout from head coach Matt Worley. It is an 18-15 BYU Cougars lead here in set number 1. You're watching GCU Men's Volleyball on GCU TV.
As a kid, I always dreamed of being a Division I athlete. GCU supported that dream, and they also allowed me to get an education. So when I came to GCU, I was able to transfer enough credits in to fast track my education. So I graduated in 3 years with a master's, and I did it debt-free because I had athletic and academic scholarships. I'm Mackenzie, and I earned my MBA from Grand Canyon University.
There's a thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
We are back here at Antelope Gymnasium where BYU just picked up a 3-point advantage here in set number 1 as Antelope Gymnasium is almost at capacity crowd now, and the Lobes early on have done a great job of limiting Gabby Garcia-Fernandez and Davide Gardini.
Yeah, currently GCU's got more kills than BYU, but the problem with GCU, most of the BYU's points are coming off of service errors. So they're getting easy points off of GCU's mistakes. But for the most part, the Lobes are playing tough. They're keeping this game close. They just got to get some sort of push here in this last half of the first set.
Jakey sets it up. Petchel colliding on the sideline with our cameraman. He's all
McDonald.
Right. Now a huge kill in the middle for BYU, and it is a 4-point BYU 19-15 lead.
Well, Scott usually is on the floor for a couple of the basketball games, so he's probably used to getting accidentally ran into, but great hustle on the side of GCU to keep that one alive. Unfortunately, it does fall the way at BYU.
That one right at Janke. Petchel will go up top, return pass, Janke, another kill. Janke now giving 5 kills on 6 swings, and a very efficient night so far from Christian Janke.
The Lobes just got to find holes. Janke was able to find a hole in the middle part of the BYU defense. They're coming up 4 guys up front because they know that they're tall. So they're going to get those return hits right back to them. They just got to find the holes when they're open.
Now BYU starts an attack and it's blocked, and no lift is going to be called. And now they're going to say that one hit the floor. And the Lobes bench unhappy as Coach Worley's going to have a conversation with the down official about that lift, as I'm not sure how.
If it wasn't a lift, it was hit twice at least.
Absolutely. It sure looked a little awkward as the play was happening. So a 4-point lead now for BYU. I guess that's what you get when the Lobes get the antenna call earlier.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, regardless of that miscued call, BYU is playing fantastic, but they definitely got bailed out on that last one.
Absolutely, but that last serve into the net, now Janke will have a chance to get something rolling for the Lobes as they are now down by 3. Janke's serve, good one, but kept alive and off the ceiling, have to change direction and run it down. And a great defensive play by Felipe Vieira, as he did a great job of turning offense right into defense as 2 Lobes went up to kill that errant pass. That one was right at the net, but a huge block for Vieira.
Yeah, Vieira coming into this game with 79 blocks. He's already got 2 tonight, and he's playing great, and it is one of the reasons why BYU is in this game. They're so tall up front.
Keisha will have to adjust, gets it off the hands, and it'll be kept alive. Now for Fernandez in the back. Will find the floor, get out. And it's now 22-17. BYU starting to pull away. Coach Worley will use his last timeout in this set. We're going to take one more timeout as well. It's 22-17 BYU right here on GCU TV.
Each of us has a purpose. We are destined to do something meaningful, not only to support our loved ones, but to positively impact our communities throughout the country. What do you think a private Christian education looks like? Grand Canyon University graduates 25,000 students yearly and offers more than 225 high-quality programs across 9 colleges. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
We are back here inside the Antelope Gymnasium. It is a 22-17 lead for the visiting 11th-ranked BYU Cougars. The Lobes will look to get some momentum back as they are now down by 5, their largest deficit that they have had here in set number 1. So Gabby Garcia-Fernandez is going to be the server, and his serve right into the net, and he has now 3 service errors just early on here in set number 1. And the Lobes will get that point back as it is now 22-18. Now a substitution for the Lobes offense, it'll be number 8, Heath Hughes, checking in for the first time. He'll get to be the server. Set up for Vieira, and that big middle gets another kill, and it's 23-18.
Serving for the Cougars, number 1, Davide Gardini.
So now Davide Gardini will get ready to serve for the Cougars, who are 2 points away from set point, right into the net. It's 23-19. Lopes have to go on a bit of a run to keep their set number 1 hopes alive.
Well, hopefully it's not too late for a run. BYU starting to close in on the set 1 victory. GCU's really got to put something together here.
And they will have to do it off of the serves from David Keichel. And he will not get it there, right into the net. Another service error for the Lopes, and it's 24-19. Now a substitution for BYU, and the BYU faithful traveling all the way from Utah. Starting to feel it here in set number 1, getting a little bit louder, as this will be number 2, Alex Asu, the freshman, to serve. And it's going to be a service ace, and that is how set number 1 ends. It'll be a BYU victory, 25-19, and they'll take a 1-0 set advantage early on in this match.
Hey, welcome to GCU. You're in Lope country now.
What's that sound?
We bring the thunder in the heart of Phoenix.
All right, time to go. Beam me up, Scotty. Here at the Lopes Lab, when we're not contemplating the paradoxes of time travel, hey, Mort, greetings. We're working on technology that will save lives. And robots.
We're being hacked!
Time to get to work. I'm defending against malware and hacker attacks. We need people who can outsmart the enemy. Oh, I got you now. And?
It's all good. Through our robust networks of strategic assets, we provide widespread logistical solutions. Also, synergy and blockchain. We're soup to nuts. Influencers.
What happens after Gen Z?
It's the Uber of Ubers. My plan makes sure goods get
4:30, that's a wrap.
Here at GCU, we teach you to harness your passion, transform it into a career so you can help change the world.
I'm getting my master's in education online. I can't slow down time, but I do make my own schedule. Good thing too, since I'm a mom, wife, student, and teacher. The rest of my time, I make sure this house keeps rolling. No! Ball! No ball!
It takes grit and determination to lead a Division I team. But for some of us, it just comes naturally.
When it comes to school spirit, we do it best. Lopes up. Lopes up.
Lopes up!
At GCU, we do a lot of soul searching.
There's a thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Be the thunder, be the change that you needed. Be the thunder.
Both teams have switched benches for set number 2, and it looks like we are about ready to go for the second set of play here in Phoenix. It'll be BYU to get the first serve. They won the last set 25-19. So we will see if the Lopes can bounce back in set number 2, pick up a set win, and put the pressure on for set number 3.
I mean, obviously a set victory here would be huge carrying into the rest of the game, because it would mean that we're going to go at least 5. But, or 4, yes, you're right. I can't count apparently. But GCU's got to limit their mistakes here.
And Tanner Petrel's going to get a huge stuff and a bit of a stare down at the end of it. And the Lopes pick up point number 1 as they did in set number 1. And it is 1-0.
Again, limiting mistakes, and it's going to start with services. A lot of service errors in the last set, and we'll see what they can do here in the second.
This will be Tanner Petrel to start us off for the Lopes, as they are up 1-0, and now they will feed the middle. Find a huge hole, and it's 1-1 as Vieira gets his 3rd kill of the match, and it seems like he has had a couple more than 3. He's been all over the stat sheet, especially on the defensive end with a couple of blocks.
Well, like I said, this is a very good BYU team, and up and down the court, they are very talented.
Petrel outside, gonna go with the touch for Keichel. Kept up. Back in the middle, and a touch. And it will be 2-1 BYU. Lopes went to try and block that one, and it went off of the hands of, it looked like Ian McLean and David Keichel. And now Gabby Garcia Fernandez will get ready to serve his team up 1. serve out of play, and another service error for Gabby Garcia-Fernandez, and we are knotted up at 2 apiece.
Well, this is where GCU's got to put together some kind of run. I know the set just started, but momentum was a big thing that I talked about in our Sanderson 4-3 keys to the game. And this is where hopefully GCU can start to gain some momentum early in this second set.
Absolutely, this is Janke. Good serve, put that one in play. And now it's blocked, Keishel and McLean right there, and the Lopes take a 3-2 advantage.
Huge block by the front line of Keishel and McLean. Love to see the energy here in the second set.
Absolutely, and as to your previous point, that momentum as we saw BYU go on a run early in set number 1, which really gave them all the momentum in that set, and they never looked back as the Lopes were able to claw their way back in it, but BYU ultimately pulled away as they will get another point, and we were knotted up at 3 apiece.
You know, despite the mistakes that have happened on the GCU side of the ball, they are playing pretty well against a very, very tough opponent, keeping it as close as possible. A couple of the balls just really not going their way. And a couple service errors are the result, as you see another service error on the side of BYU to knock things up to 4.
So that's the 8th service error for BYU early on, and is now 4-3. Gonna go to the back line for Fernandez. It will bounce its way into the havoc section, and we are knotted up at 4 apiece.
That's what I'm talking about right there off Pichel. You know, something that you can't control. It just hits off your hand awkwardly. It happened a lot in the first set, but GCU's just got to be able to capitalize when they can.
Now BYU will get the serve once again. Right at Janke, a little bit of an errant pass, and Schwab will keep it alive, and Janke will push it over. And a huge kill from the back row by Davide Gardini. BYU takes a 5-4 advantage. So Fiera will get ready to serve again at 5-4. His team up by 1, and that one straight into the net. You don't see that very often on that float serve where it goes into the net, but it does right there. And BYU really keeping the Lopes in it so far with the many service errors that they've had.
Well, like I said, it's just got to be GCU taking advantage of the service errors on now BYU's side. Getting points when they can and capitalizing on mistakes and limiting service errors as we get another one from David Keishel. It's, like I said, just get it over the net and let your defense and your offense take over. You know, it's not a one-man thing.
So BYU has 9 service errors, and the Lopes have 6 through a set of play and a couple of points here in set number 2. And now BYU will serve, and that's going to be kept alive by Keishel. Great hustle. Now outside for Gabby Garcia-Fernandez, and BYU takes a 2-point advantage. Great adjustment from Fernandez in midair there to be able to find the floor and get that kill.
Yeah, and it starts with, on GCU side at least, David Keishel hustling for that ball to keep it alive, and Janke sending it right back over. I mean, it's great hustle for GCU, it just unfortunately falls away the Cougars.
And I think the Lopes were out of rotation there. I think that is what the call is. And now Tanner Petrel wants an explanation as the down ref will meet up with the up ref. But as for now, it is a point for BYU. And now we will have a replay. So no point for BYU, as the officials talk about it and sort things out, and a good job there to just replay the point.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a replay system unlike they do in Utah, but we'll replay the point, and hopefully GCU now can get a point instead of giving one up.
Something right there that could be a huge momentum shifter here in set number 2, as BYU now with a 7-5 lead, ready to serve once again. They'll go outside. Schwab goes with the touch. Kept alive. Shmolev looking to stuff, cannot. Udall will bump outside for Schwab. And now a whistle and a net violation. And it is 7-6 BYU, and right there Lopes able to pick up the point on the redo and look to carry that momentum into this point.
But now they got to get points on the offensive side. Defensively, they do it. Shmolev with a great joust at the net to keep that rally going. But now, let's see if they can get a point on the offensive side.
So Schwob will be the server. It is outside off of the hand. Schwob can't get there. Good hustle trying to get over and make the save, but cannot. It is now 8-6, and the Lopes aren't going to lead this game in blocks because of the front line height that BYU has. But if they can tip it and keep it alive like they have been, just maybe a little bit
just keep rallies going,
yeah.
Essentially just keep the rally going and try to capitalize when you can.
Now they'll go Kichel, and it's blocked away. Now set for Petchel, and he gets a kill, and he doesn't get very many. He's normally setting them up. But a great job from Shmolev to keep it alive off of the block. And then Tanner Petchel, just a smart volleyball play to get a huge kill.
Yeah, Petchel saw a hole for his second kill, able to get the Lopes a point. Now again, I'm going to keep saying it all night, they got to capitalize.
Absolutely, 8-7, BYU still has the lead. And Shmolev with a rocket of a serve. And now off the hands and out of play, just can't keep it alive, and it's 9-7. There's really not a whole lot that the Lopes can do, as they've been pretty much trying to do it all and just keeping balls alive and rallies alive, just unable to do it successfully for long periods of time.
Well, like I said, you know, it's just a couple of the balls off their hands just going the wrong way, going out of bounds, going too far right, going too far left. They are hustling really, really well. Will Schwob had a great hustle play. David Kichel obviously had a great hustle play. So when GCU has had opportunities, it's just unfortunately gone the other way.
Now outside for Gardini. Will get down by the floor, and now BYU takes a 2-point advantage again at 10-8.
And this is what what BYU did in the first set, keeping it a little bit of distance between GCU. Of course, they pulled away a little bit at the end of the first set, but here again, keeping a 2-point deficit.
A rocket serve that was just immediately returned. And now BYU gets to go on the attack, but blocked by Kichel and McLean. And now having to keep it alive. Janke will go, but unable to get it successfully over the net.
By Christian Janke, side out, GCU.
Or he did get that over the net. Excuse me.
Don't take a point away from Christian Janke.
Saw that play. I thought it got blocked right back down, but good job from Christian Janke to get that kill, and it is now 10-9, as he will be the server, but that time a service error. Out of play, it is now 11-9 BYU.
Side out, BYU.
Like I said, GCU's just got to put it over the net. I mean, I know that you want to get the service ace. It's a big, big momentum shifter. It's a great way to find points, but you got to just get the ball over the net.
Petchel will set up Kichel. Huge kill, David Kichel, and it's 11-10.
David Kichel, side out, GCU.
Yeah, that's just an absolutely great job by David Kichel to find that point for the Lopes.
Now Ian McLean will be the server, goes with the float, and it gets over the net. And now looking to get it down off of Schwob and off of McLean's chest. And another 2-point advantage for BYU. And we talk about the middle blockers for BYU. They average, or they're 5th in the nation in blocks per set with 2.5. And they've had 12 more blocks in 5 matches this season, including they had 14 last week against Concordia Irvine.
Yeah, this is a very defensively sound BYU team, and like I said, this is where GCU's got to capitalize when they can. I mean, right there, they're able to find a point, but the thing is when they've found a point, they've been unable to get a point back. On the offensive side, with serves or rallies, BYU's always just managed to keep a slight lead over GCU.
Lopes able to keep this one between a point or 2 so far, and now the lead goes back to 2 for BYU, and it's 13-11.
This is what I'm talking about. GCU finds a point, and then they give one right back up to BYU. They have to start limiting their mistakes if they want to kind of close the gap here against the Cougars. It's not a heavy task, only down by 2.
The Lobes do have the firepower to be able to get on a run very quickly.
Exactly.
And if they can find a way to do that, they will be a dangerous team as they will feed Shmelev, and just like that, the Lobes get it back. And it's 13-12, and Alex Shmelev has really come alive here in set number 2.
Yeah, Shmelev only has 2 more games left in his regular season GCU career, and he wants to finish out strong with victories. He's playing great right now for the Lobes, getting another kill for GCU.
So Schwab, the server, he'll keep it alive, goes with the touch. Keishel keeps it up, and now Janke will have to send it over on the free ball. And now they'll go back on the attack, goes with the tip again, and that time, Gabby Garcia-Fernandez able to find the floor, and it's 14-12.
That was just a beautiful touch by Garcia-Fernandez right over the top of GCU for another point for BYU. And again, they're just keeping that slight lead over the Lopes.
So it doesn't work the first time for Fernandez. He decides to go back to it a second time, and he's able to capitalize as Janke will get a good pass away and get it right back, but unable to find the line. Great play from Christian Janke, just missing that far sideline. It is a 15-12 BYU lead, so a timeout on the floor. And we're going to take one as well. It's a 3-point Cougar lead. You're watching GCU men's volleyball right here on GCU TV.
Baseball's back.
And so is Sanderson Ford with Grand Slam offers like this.
Get a new Ford Ranger for only $22,500. New F-150 Super Cruise from $34,500. We've loaded up the bases with Arizona's biggest selection of new Fords.
Don't miss these straight-up offers at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford.
We're also America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction. We'll treat you right.
Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
And we are back inside the Antelope Gymnasium where BYU has just picked up a 3-point lead in set number 2. They won set number 1, 25-19, but the Lopes hanging tough once again with a ranked opponent, and they have done that all season long, and especially if you can do it against one of the best teams in the nation historically, and this season is they're taking on a BYU team that's been to 3 straight Final Fours.
Well, like I've said, BYU is a very, very good program. This is a very, very good team. Not too many seniors on this squad. Very young. They're going to stay close together. Very good core team. Got a great defense. Got a great front line. They've really been taking advantage of GCU's mistakes. But the Lopes really need to put some sort of push together to get this set 2 victory.
And great hands by Alex Shmelev to send that one right back, and now a free ball back over, and the Lopes can go on the attack. They'll feed Shmelev. There it is. Alex Shmelev, another kill, and it's 15-13. And he will get ready to be the server. And you talk about the youth of BYU. They have 1 senior, and that is their libero, Taylor Richards, who hasn't even seen action yet tonight. So that just goes to show you that this BYU team has very, very good young talent, but so do the Lopes and David Keishel and Christian Janke.
Yeah, well, like you said, BYU will only be graduating 1. GCU is going to be only graduating 2. So both of these teams, most of these players are going to have to start getting used to each other for the remaining years at their schools, because both sides, very, very young squad.
And of course, the Lopes will look forward to the return of another young player next year in Camden Gianni.
Yes,
who will be a big pickup for the Lopes, as they were hoping to have him this season, but unfortunately had to sit out this season due to medical issues, as David Keishel will send that one far and out of play. And now it's a 4-point, 17-13 BYU lead, and head coach Matt Worley wants to take another timeout. And we're going to take a quick one as well. You're watching GCU Men's Volleyball on GCU TV.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
And we are back inside the Antelope Gymnasium as it is a 17-13 BYU Cougars lead. This is about the point where BYU was able to pull away at set number 1. Lopes able to keep it close, but then ran out of gas, and they're looking like they're running out of gas again as Coach Worley tried to call a timeout to hopefully refuel this team. And the look to get some momentum back as Petrol will set up McLean, blocked right back at him. But Schwob keeps it alive, and now outside, Janky gets a huge kill. That's his 7th, and it's 17-14 as Petrol will get ready to serve.
This is the second time this set that GCU has been able to find a point coming off of a timeout, but they need to get some more. This is where that run needs to start to happen, or BYU, just like in the first set, is going to pull away and go up 2-0.
So Petrol will look to get something rolling for the Lopes. It's a good serve for him. That will go off of the hands of the block, and Davide Gardini gets another kill, and it's 18-14.
We talked about how tall this BYU front line is. They get a huge block and they send it right off the fingertips of GCU, and momentum is definitely swinging the wrong way for the Lopes, and they gotta get it back and start putting a run together.
And they are gonna get that point back on another service error from Gabby Garcia-Fernandez.
How about the matrix dodge by Cole Udall? Getting right out of that one as it was sent out of bounds.
Well, he noticed it a little bit late because it was a rocket from Fernandez, but great job to play a little bit of dodgeball there. And a whistle and a point to the Lopes. They're going to call a double touch on that errant set. And the Lopes get the lead down to 2 as Janky gets ready to serve, and he'll just look to hopefully put this one in play.
Do you think we can get Cole Udall's nickname going as Neo?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm gonna go with no. You didn't sound too confident about it. We got Air Janky.
Outside for Schwob. Gonna be blocked and kept right back alive. Petrol sets Schwob again. That time it's gonna fall. Will Schwob will get it, and the senior is pumped up. And just like that, you get a little bit of noise from the Lopes faithful as the BYU fans were getting into it, but now quieted by this Antelope crowd, and now BYU wants a timeout as they have seen their lead drop to 1. It's 18-17. We will be right back with the remainder of set number 2 on GCU TV.
As a kid, I always dreamed of being a Division I athlete. GCU supported that dream, and they also allowed me to get an education. So when I came to GCU, I was able to transfer enough credits in to fast track my education. So I graduated in 3 years with a master's, and I did it debt-free because I had athletic and academic scholarships. I'm Mackenzie, and I earned my MBA from Grand Canyon University.
There's a thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
We are back inside Antelope Gymnasium where the Lopes have been able to get a 5-point BYU lead down to just 1. And momentum right now with the Lopes. They will look to keep it going with Christian Janky still the server. As BYU fans looking to make a little bit of noise, and Janky serves that one out of play. It is 19-17 Cougars.
We talked about limiting mistakes, and it starts with serving. GCU's gotten a lot of service errors, it's resulted in a lot of points for the Cougars. They got to start limiting their mistakes if they want to put something together.
David Kieshel will get a huge kill, and it's 19-18, much needed for the Lopes. And now Heath Hughes is going to come in again and get ready to serve as he served late in set number 1. And he will do it again here in set number 2. So Hughes' serve, a nice little floater. And it'll be pushed over on the free ball. Janky's got to dive, and now Shmalev will keep it alive. And now Hughes will set Schwob, who will come over and send it back to BYU. And now kept alive again in an errant pass from Alex Shmalev as they're going to call a lift on a great rally from the Lopes. And it's 20-18.
Yeah, and that absolutely was a great rally for GCU. But again, it's just, things that are out of their control. BYU is really just finding any points they can, and GCU has been unable to get anything going.
So Alex Asu will come in again. He served at the end of set number 1 and had an ace. And now they'll go right for Shmalev. And Shmolev will get a big kill as it is unable to keep it alive from Davide Gardini. And it's a 1-point BYU Cougar advantage.
I think Gardini hit his head on the scorer's table over there, but a great dig to try to keep that one alive. Thankfully for Lopes, it goes in for a point. Now, Gardini is obviously okay, but a great hustle on the side of BYU.
Now Trevor Weary is going to get his first action, and he will be the server for the Lopes. And now outside, out of bounds, no touch by the Lopes, and it is tied at 20 apiece.
Well, the Lopes already have 1 point more than they did in the first set, and they're keeping it very close right here. If GCU can put together a late rally and pull off the upset here in set 2, it'd be huge going for the rest of this game.
Weary to serve again. Up top and outside, it's going to fall. A big kill by Andrew Lincoln, the junior from Phoenix, Arizona.
Of course.
The native guy getting the kill early on, or late here in set number 2, and it's 21-20 Cougar advantage. Brody Ernest will be the server. So Lincoln picked up his 4th kill on that one. And now Petchel will set it outside and behind him for Keishel, and David Keishel gets a kill. And we are knotted back up at 21 apiece, and the Lopes showing some true, I just lost the word.
Some true fight.
I'll take fight. That was not the word I was thinking of, but I will take that one, and it's tied up at 21 apiece.
They're doing a great job rallying late here and keeping this game close.
So now Will Schwobe will get ready to serve, and he can get his team the lead for the first time since it was 2-1 in set number 2, but it won't happen here. A huge kill, and it's 22-21 BYU lead as Petchel gets ready to check in for owner Sakur. Now Andrew Lincoln gets ready to go back to serve it. So Lincoln serve, finds Udall. Petchel keeps it alive, right to Alex Shmolev, and he's bumped up, and we are knotted up at 22. Shmolev picks up his 7th kill, which will tie him with Christian Jenke for the team lead.
Back and forth, back and forth. Someone's going to break free, and right here, hopefully this is where GCU does just that.
So Alex Shmolev gets ready to serve. Outside for Gardini. It's going to find the back corner, and it is now a 1-point BYU lead.
GCU's got to find something here. They've been able to respond every time BYU has scored in these last few points, but right here is really going to determine how the rest of the set goes.
Right at Schwobe. Petchel outside for Jenke, but it's kept up and alive. And now they'll go back row, and Udall able to dig it out. Petchel for McLean in the middle, yes! Knotted up at 23, and now it is the first team to score 2 consecutive points. Will win set number 2, and we'll see if the Lopes are able to rattle off a couple consecutive points as we are knotted up at 23.
If there's any time to be perfect, right here is at that time.
So Tanner Petchel just ready to serve it for the Lopes. Kept alive Udall, great job. And now outside for Keishel off the hands, it's gonna drop. David Keishel gets a kill, the Lopes pick up their first lead since it was 2-1. And we will have a timeout by BYU. And just like that, the Lopes are 1 point away from taking set number 2.
The Lopes are playing so much better in this set than they did the last set, and I know that the score definitely proves that point, but they are really playing well. They're continuing rallies. They found themselves down in the middle part of this second set. They have rallied back to cut it within, now they're with a 1-point lead. And I said that the previous point was going to determine it, and the GCU was able to get that point, find themselves in the lead. But now, Kyle, this is where they've really got to finish it off. Take this set and send this one to at least 4.
The Lopes will look to keep that momentum going when we get out of this timeout, but they have looked great, like you said, all around. Alex Shmalev come alive here in set number 2. He has 7. Janke's got 7. Kishel just picked up his 6th. And for the other side of BYU, Gardini's got 9, and Gabby Garcia Fernandez has 8. But the Lopes overall, if you look at the team stats, they got 1 more kill than BYU does. They have less service errors, more digs. They have 2 less blocks, but there really hasn't been much of an issue so far, even with this huge front line for BYU.
Yeah, it's essentially been a back and forth game the last, 10 or so points in this second set, and it's because GCU's defense is playing so much better. They're starting to find points, they're starting to find holes, they're taking advantage of the mistakes of BYU's side, and it's one of the big reasons why they're leading. And right here, if Petchel can seal it for the Lopes, huge momentum going into the rest of this game.
So Tanner Petchel will get the referee's signal. He will switch sides here and go with the floater. It's going to just miss the back line. And we are knotted up at 24.
We talked about limiting mistakes, and you don't want to give BYU an opportunity. And unfortunately, Petchel sails that one out of bounds.
That one will get out of play, and another service error, and it's 25-24, so the Lopes again at set point.
Yeah. Well, GCU got bailed out on that one. You cannot rely on the mistakes of BYU. They are too good. You have to find points, and hopefully Christian Janke can be that savior for GCU.
Janke serve right into the net. We are knotted up at 25 again. Now, Davide Gardini will get ready, and he will have a chance to give his team the lead. Lopes faithful starting to make a little noise, and another one into the net. Davide Gardini can't get it over, and the Lopes have their 3rd set point of set number 2 coming up with Ian McLean, the server.
Let's see what McLean can do. Hopefully he can seal the victory.
Just put it in play and good things will happen. He puts it in play there. And now the touch. Kishel keeps it alive. Petchel outside. Schwob will reset. That definitely got tipped. That definitely got tipped, and they will. No call yet. No call has been made. And I'm telling you, I saw a tip, and I don't see it unless it's pretty obvious.
We do have pretty good seats, so there's no way that wasn't tipped by the front line of BYU. There's no way.
So now the referees are going to get together. So this is the difference between a Lopes victory in set number 2 and a BYU tie to continue set number 2.
They're going to probably replay it.
And now they're going to give the point to the Lopes. And just like that, a 27-25 set number 2 victory. The Lopes have evened it up at 1 apiece in an outstanding second set for Grand Canyon.
This is where the momentum's got to shift, Kyle. Right here, GCU has to capitalize on these fans getting into it. The team's playing great. They rallied around a great second set to get the victory, capitalized on the mistakes when they were there, but now this is where they have to punch their victory and really push ahead of BYU and limit their mistakes and get a 3rd set victory.
So when the Lopes are able to tie it up at 1 apiece, they are 7-5 on the season. We will see if they can add to that record and take set number 3 when we come back right here on GCU TV.
It takes grit and determination to lead a Division I team. But for some of us, it just comes naturally.
Baseball's back.
And so is Sanderson Ford with Grand Slam offers like this.
Get a new Ford Ranger for only $22,500. New F-150 Super Cruise from $34,500. We've loaded up the bases with Arizona's biggest selection of new Fords.
Don't miss these straight-up offers at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford.
We're also America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction. We'll treat you right.
Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
And we are back getting ready for set number 3. The Lopes dropped set number 1, 25-19, but able to figure out a way to win set number 2 at 27-25. And now the Lopes are going to get ready and look to figure out how to drive with a Cougar in the car.
Yeah, of course, Kyle trying to fit in the Talladega Nights reference. I love it. GCU has really got to do that. They got to keep the Cougars at bay, because right now, in this second set, I mean, the Lopes really pulled off a great second half rally in that second set. They found themselves down by a good amount in that second set, kept the force going, rallied back around, took advantage of mistakes on the side of BYU, and were able to find points. But here, they need to jump out in front. BYU is a very good team. The Lopes are 7-5 when we're tied after 2. This is where GCU has to capitalize. They have to continue to roll with their momentum. It's going to be very tough to beat BYU when you're down 2-1.
Absolutely, and the Lopes have shown no signs of fear at all through 2 sets. And a huge serve from Tanner Petrel almost gets down. And now Petrel able to keep it alive, and it'll bounce off the lights, and McLean tips it over, and now kept alive again. Petrel outside, that's Keichel. Great diving dig, and now it's outside for Gardini, blocked, and kept up. And now Petrel will have to send it right back over just to avoid any more than 3 hits. And Petrel unable to get the hand down, and it'll be a 1-0 lead for BYU. So a great start to set number 3, but unable to get the point off another amazing rally.
Yeah, it seems like it's just been the trend of this entire game, as GCU's been able to keep the ball up, keep the momentum going, but unable to get more points off their dig attempts, and the ball just going out of bounds and not going their way.
Now Petrel outside, Keichel again, blocked on the tip attempt and sent right back over. Outside for Gardini, it's blocked, but back out of bounds on the low side. Gardini will pick up another kill, and it's 2-0 BYU. And this is what the Lopes really need to avoid, is any more than this 2-point deficit they already have, as BYU will take advantage of a lead very quick and figure out a way to stretch it from 2, 4 to 7 very quickly.
Well, GCU was able to mount a little bit of a comeback when they were down by more than 2 in the second set, but yeah, they really do not want to be behind against this team by more than 2.
Now blocked, good job from the Lopes. They're gonna go outside, Gardini, tip, gets down, and now 3 straight kills for the Italian Davide Gardini. So give him 12 now on the night. And now a sub, and we're gonna get a Caleb Blazer appearance here in set number 3. He was very effective early on in the season, and then ended up rolling the ankle and was out for a couple of weeks, and has just been really in and out of the rotation. So now they're going to look to get something going as Keichel picks up a kill, and it's 3-1.
Well, again, the Lopes keeping that trend of a 2-point lead on BYU side, but I'd love to see GCU leading by 2, as they were able to get that victory in set number 2, obviously by 2, but I mean, it's going to start with services, and they got to be good.
Janke gets that one over the net. And now Gardini a kill, and it's going to be kept alive off of the basketball hoop here in Antelope Gymnasium, and Schwob able to react, just hit it too far out of play, and that would have for sure gotten everyone on their feet had that been able to fall.
Yeah, and of course, you know, you love playing at the Antelope Gymnasium. It's a great environment, but unfortunately, you do have those basketball hoops. You do have the railing up top, and now you do have a 4-point deficit. You know, it is a little bit of a disadvantage sometimes when the ball ricochets off the lights, or it ricochets off the hoop, as you saw right there with Will Schwob. But sometimes it does fall the way of the Lopes, so they just got to keep patient, limit their mistakes, and hope that these obstacles lean in their way.
It's 5-1, make it 5-2 as Gabby Garcia Fernandez once again can't figure out a way to get his serve in play. The Lopes are down by 3, so Caleb Blazer will get ready to serve it for the Lopes. So in his first appearance, this is his first serve attempt of this match. And that one almost down for an ace. Good serve from Caleb Blazer. And it's blocked by Schwob, Smolevin, Keichel. Triple block, great job from the Lopes. And it's 5-3.
Wow, indeed. Great block by the Lopes front line. And it starts with Will Schwob.
And maybe throwing 3 blockers at him is the key.
Yeah.
That time Shmalev can't quite get his hands to it, but kept alive. Schwob goes with the tip, and it'll be kept alive, and now outside for Gardini, blocked, and out of play on the antenna off of the hands of Alex Shmalev. 6-3.
Like I said, it's going to be very tough to get those touches over the top of BYU's front line because they are so tall. But the Lobes have been able to find a couple points with blocks, and I like the aggressive approach to try to find points that way.
Gonna feed Shmalev, but it'll be stuffed back at him. 7-3. Make it the 4th block of the game for BYU. As Fiera now has been a part of 3 of those 4 blocks. Janky for Udall, bumped up for Schwob. No touch there as Schwob was aiming for the top of the hands, and it's out of play. An 8-3 advantage as Coach Worley will call a timeout with his team down by 5. Lopes will look to get momentum back after this timeout, and we'll be right back as well, right here on GCU TV.
As a kid, I always dreamed of being a Division I athlete. GCU supported that dream, and they also allowed me to get an education. So when I came to GCU, I was able to transfer enough credits in to fast track my education. So I graduated in 3 years with a master's, and I did it debt-free because I had athletic and academic scholarships. I'm Mackenzie, and I earned my MBA from Grand Canyon University.
There's a thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
And we are back here. 8-3 advantage for BYU as the Lopes are going to look to bounce back. And we were talking about it a little bit before set number 3 started, was the fact that the Lopes could not let BYU jump out to this 5-point lead.
Yeah, and unfortunately it is going that way. And like I said, BYU is such a solid team. As you can hear the fans starting to get into a little bit of a chanting war. But you like to see that. You like to see the fans get into it because then the players get into it.
Schwab's kill attempt is stuffed, and it is now a 6-point, 9-3 BYU lead. As Davide Gardini is back to serve it once again. 6'9" outside hitter from Italy. Now it's up. Schwab has to adjust, and he does. Now they'll go for Fernandez off the hands. Udall keeps it alive. Outside for Keishel. Off the hands, it's going to get out of play. And the Lopes are back on the board. It's 9-4.
Like I said, the Lopes just really need to find points any way they can. And if it results off of mistakes from BYU, then so be it. But they got to get on some kind of roll here. Or again, they're going to find themselves down by more than 5.
So David Keishel gets ready to serve for the Lopes. That's a good one. And a
dive.
Tricky little play, but the Lopes able to read it and keep it alive. And now they'll go back row for Gardini. It'll fall 10-4 BYU.
Serving for the Cougars, number 16, Philippe Fahimu.
Janky for Petchel. Shmalev in the middle, yes. Alex Shmalev will cut the lead to 5. And it is a 10-5 BYU lead as Will Schwob gets set to serve. The Lopes need a bit of a run to really put the pressure on as we head later and later into set number 3.
And GCU was down by a little bit in that second set and were able to rally back. I mean, 5 points is very obtainable, especially with how talented this Lopes team is, but they've really got to capitalize.
Big service ace from Will Schwob, just what the Lopes needed, and it's 10-6.
All right, I'll take that too.
Any way you can get them, put the ball in play, good things will happen to you.
Is that our first service ace? It is.
That is our first service ace for the Lopes. So Schwob will look to keep it going, and he will just miss the line. And it is 11-6. That one looked like it was going to fall to BYU. Everyone was watching it over there. Yeah, that just misses the line.
Yeah, that one definitely was just so close. I feel right there with you, Kyle. It looked so good But unfortunately, again, just, you know, things that are out of GCU's control fall in the way of the Cougars.
The 15th service error on the Cougars through 2.5 sets will give the Lopes a little bit more life, and it's 11-7 BYU as Shmelev will look to get momentum back on the Lope side as he gets ready to serve. He'll go outside. Blocked by Blazer and Petchel, and it's 11-8.
Looks like the ankle's feeling fine. Caleb Blazer getting up with a huge block for the Lopes.
Caleb Blazer picking up his 45th block on the season. And now an errant serve from Alex Shmelev, and it is back to a 4-point lead for the Cougars.
Serving for the Cougars, number 9, Andrew Lincoln.
So the Phoenix native, Andrew Lincoln, will get ready to serve for BYU. His team is up by 4. And that's right at Janky. Petchel. Blazer gonna get a huge kill. Caleb Blazer is starting to feel it in set number 3. It's 12-9.
Balmy Blazer finding another point. Caleb Blazer getting another kill for the Lopes. He's really been fantastic off the bench for GCU.
I love the dodgeball reference in there. No touch is going to be called. Out of bounds, and it's 12-10. That one was very, very close, and the Lopes will take it any way they can get it.
But they just got to capitalize on it now.
They're on a 2-0 scoring run now, and it's 12-10. In play, rather, excuse me, and it is a 13-10 BYU lead. So the Lopes able now to get it back within 2 and 3 as of late. They were down 5. And since they were down 5, they've only allowed 3 BYU points. So a little 5-3 run swing for the Lopes. Petchel for Blazer again. Out of play. Couldn't quite find the touch, and it's 14-10.
You know, again, just not going the way of the Lopes. A lot of their hits falling out of bounds, which has resulted in a good chunk of points for BYU, which is really, really unfortunate.
And they're going to go outside for Keishel. That'll get off the hands. It's 14-11 now for BYU.
GCU. Serving for the Lopes, number 11, Christian Janky.
So now Janky gets ready to serve again with his team down by 3. Janky, a rocket of a serve. Now outside for Gardini. It's going to hit the floor before Udall can figure out a way to break down and dig it out. And it's 15-11.
Yeah, BYU really pulling away here, but GCU's got to start chipping away at this lead any way they can, or BYU is going to start to really pull away against GCU here in this third set.
That time, Fernandez able to put it in play, and now Schwob will be blocked. A 5-point advantage now for BYU. And it's 16-11.
So tall up front. I mean, it's tough.
And really, the Lopes really not able to find a way to get it over, because it's hard to tip it over that length, and it's just trying to muscle it through the block. As everybody getting out of the way of David Keishel, and now Will Schwob sends it right back over. And now they'll go again for Fernandez, kept alive by Janky, and now Schwob keeps it in play. And they're going to say 4 hits for the Lopes. And it's 17-11, and Coach Matt Worley will take his second time out of the set, and it's 17-11. BYU will be right back with the remainder of set number 3 right here on GCU TV.
find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome back to Antelope Gymnasium, where the BYU Cougars have a 6-point advantage over the Grand Canyon University Lopes at 17-11. Both teams have taken a set as we are in the make or break set number 3. BYU and Gabby Garcia Fernandez gets ready to serve.
You know, statistically, if you look at this game, it's very, very close. You know, kills, BYU's got 34, GCU's got 33. Blocks are very similar, but attacking errors. 13 attacking errors for the Lopes and only 7 for BYU.
And now Keichel unable to find the floor, but gets it through the front line and off the hands of the GCU block attempt and kept up. Petrel for Keichel again! David Keichel able to get the Lopes off back on the board at 17-12, and now we'll see if Kayla Blazer can get ready to get the Lopes on a bit of a run, as they're going to need a big one right here. Right in the middle, unable to dig it out is Blazer and Janke, and it's 18-12.
Side up, BYU, serving for the Cougars, number 1.
Davide Gardini going to be the server for the Cougars. They are up by 6. Outside for Keichel again. Off the hands of the block and out of bounds. It's 18-13. David Keichel has 11 kills.
Serving for the Lopes, number 22, David Keichel.
So now Keichel ready to serve it for the Lopes. Couldn't quite get it over the tape, and it is 19-13 BYU.
GCU's really got to limit their mistakes here down the stretch. I mean, BYU is really kind of pulling ahead here, and if the Lopes want to get any kind of comeback going, it starts with the service errors and it starts with the attacking errors. They need to start limiting mistakes.
Alex Asu checks in again to be the server, and now they'll go for Schwob. That'll get down. Will Schwob will pick up his 5th kill. And it is 19-14 as he gets ready to be the server for Grand Canyon.
Serving for the Lopes, number 20, Will Schwob.
So now BYU getting ready, making some noise. Schwob will send it over. Davide Gardini will send it right at Keichel, and now Udall for Janke, who will just push it over and have the Lopes reset. That one's gonna get down. And now Andrew Lincoln will get another kill, and it's 20-14. Lincoln has his 5th kill on 5 swings, so Andrew Lincoln, perfect offensive night for him so far. This is Brody Ernest. Right at Janke, Petrel up top, looking for Shmalev. That'll get deflected off of a BYU block attempt. It is now a 5-point advantage.
I mean, again, it's just going to be, can GCU find some points?
So Shmalev will be the server, as he will want to do volleyball from the ball people. His team down 5. Lopes looking to make a run here in set number 3. Shmalev, big serve, and it's in play. They'll go outside for Fernandez. Now BYU's just going to start another attack. Fernandez again goes with the tip. And it's going to fall. 21-15 BYU. And the Lopes have really just come out and looked flat here in set number 3.
I mean, there's just so many things have been going wrong for the Lopes here in this bottom half of this 3rd set. And, you know, they haven't been able to put anything together just yet. I mean, there's still a little bit of time left. But they really got to put something together here if they want to at all cut into this deficit.
Up top for Blazer, it'll fall. Caleb Blazer, 21-16. Now Tanner Petrel gets ready to serve. And Caleb Blazer will pick up his second kill. And we will take a quick pause here as we will wipe up a little bit of sweat on the floor.
Want to make sure everybody's safe.
No injuries. We do not need any injuries here tonight. So a 5-point lead now for BYU. Tanner Petrel gets the signal from the referee, and he will float one right over top of the net. And now right in the middle, kept alive by Schwo. Good job. Udall's able to run around him and save it. Blazer will bump it right back over. And now Fernandez off of Petrel. Udall keeps it up. Stuff, kept alive again. And now Petrel has to send it right back over. And it'll go outside for, and it's blocked by David Kieshel. And Tanner Petrel there again, and it's 17-21.
Well, a great rally by the Lopes to keep that one up. And then David Kieshel with the huge block to get the Lopes a point. And like I said, hopefully this is the momentum boost they needed to try to cut it into this deficit and make this third set interesting.
Petrel will go outside. Fernandez is stuffed. Caleb Blazer with the stare down, and he says no. Slam the door shut, and it's 21-18.
Caleb Blazer with a little heat on that block to get the Lopes back into it.
And BYU's gonna call a timeout. Lopes have clawed their way from down 7 to down 3, and we're gonna take a quick timeout as well. With the remainder of set number 3 on the way, we'll be right back on GCU TV.
Baseball's back.
And so is Sanderson Ford with Grand Slam offers like this.
Get a new Ford Ranger for only $22,500. New F-150 Super Cruise from $34,500. We've loaded up the bases with Arizona's biggest selection of new Fords.
Don't miss these straight-up offers at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford.
We're also America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction. We'll treat you right.
Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
We are back with the Lopes down 18-21 in set number 3, but momentum has shifted their direction. So BYU looking to ice them a little bit as they just called a timeout, as play will resume on the Tanner Petrel serve after a huge block from Caleb Blazer. So Petrel serve will get over top of the net, and they'll go outside for Davide Gardini. And off the top of the block, unable to get their third consecutive block are the Lopes. And it is a 4-point, 22-18 lead BYU, and a substitution now for BYU.
Lopes are really going to need to find some points here. Had a nice little rally going there before that timeout, but they need to get something going.
Petrel will bump it up for Janke. It is kept alive off of the block. Gardini again. He will be able to get another kill. 23-18, and now Davide Gardini's got 18 kills through almost 3 sets. So BYU 2 points away now from taking a 2-1 set advantage here in Phoenix. But Schwo will keep that one up. Petrel outside for David Kieshel. Blocked back down on the tip. Bumped up Kieshel again. Blocked again. Blazer. Udall. Janke, yes! Christian Janke cuts the lead to 4. He will be the server.
Well, if there's anybody who can give you some momentum, it's Eric Janke spiking that one down and put the Lopes within 4.
Janke on the serve. Right into the net, another service error for the Lopes. That is their 16th. And now a set point for BYU.
Serving for the Cougars, number 5, Gabby Garcia Fernandez.
Gabby Garcia Fernandez, who has struggled for BYU to put the ball in play, will be the server with a 24-19 lead. Right at Udall. Petrel outside for David Kieshel. Kept up and alive. Blocked right back down as the Lopes tried to send it over. And a 25-19 set win for BYU will give them a 2-1 set advantage heading into set number 3. And the Lopes looked really flat early on and then turned it on, got the lead down to 3, but unable to capitalize as they are now in a hole at 2-1.
Well, they're going to need to find themselves out of this hole quickly, or BYU is going to walk away with a 3-1 victory. The Lopes played great in that second half, but BYU came out of intermission on fire. They kept the lead, they didn't give up the lead, they finished it out again, another 25-19 set victory for BYU, but I mean, in set 2, the Lopes were able to come back, make adjustments, and get the victory, so hopefully maybe we can send it to 5, and the Lopes can win it in dramatic fashion. But right now, it's been all BYU.
Absolutely. The Lopes looking to force a magical set number 5. They are down 2-1, and we will have set number 4 when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Each of us has a purpose. We are destined to do something meaningful, not only to support our loved ones, but to positively impact our communities throughout the country. What do you think a private Christian education looks like? Grand Canyon University graduates 25,000 students yearly and offers more than 225 high-quality programs across 9 colleges. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Well, you gotta hope that GCU can put something together here in this 4th set and carry their momentum into the 5th set and get a huge victory over another ranked opponent.
BYU will start us off here in set number 4. Petchel for Blazer, out of play, and BYU gets the first point. So a couple of substitutions to start this set for the Lopes. Caleb Blazer stays in, and Trevor Weary will get the start in set number 4 for the Lopes. Weary for Petchel, outside for Jenke. That'll find the back wall, and we are knotted up at 1 apiece.
The thing is if GCU can win this set, they need to continue to play well. They won set 2, but then dropped set 3. They can't have this sort of win-loss situation with only 5 games to play. If they're going to win this set, they need to continue to build off that momentum, play well here, and continue to play well for the remainder of this game.
That one outside off the block. Petchel diving but can't get there. Davide Gardini will pick up kill number 19 on the night, and it is a 2-1 advantage for BYU.
Gardini has really been a big factor for BYU. He's playing absolutely fantastic. The guy that we talked about in pregame, Gabby Garcia Fernandez, has only got 10 kills, and Gardini has really been a big heavy lifter for BYU.
Outside for Gardini again. They're going to say that one off the antenna off of Jenke's hands. And a 3-1 advantage for BYU.
BYU.
Yeah, you really just got to, again, just continue to limit as many mistakes as you can, because BYU is not a team that will let off the throttle as we saw in these past couple sets. When they've got a lead, they like to keep it, and they keep it well. Very, very talented team.
Jenke will get a huge kill, give him 10 on the night, and it's 3-2 BYU.
Yeah, Jenke and Keishel have been great for this team. Jenke's made a couple mistakes serving, but when he gets an opportunity to send one down to the floor, he takes full advantage. Big reason why I call him Air Jenke, because he gets up and sends them straight down.
And a huge service ace for Christian Jenke to tie us up at 3. Christian Jenke able to find one off the top of the net. He gets set to serve again after a big service ace. Now that's outside for Davide Gardini, able to keep it up, and Petchel will have to send it over. Good reaction from everyone on the Lopes side, and out of play. Line judge on BYU side is going to call a touch, and it'll go BYU point, 4-3 Cougars.
Serving for the Cougars, number 1, Davide Gardini.
Davide Gardini serve right into the net, and we are knotted up at 4.
BYU. Side out GCU, serving for the Lopes, number 18.
So that is service error number 16 for BYU. The Lopes also have 16. And that has really been the service story so far. Both teams unable to really get anything consistent going over the net. And Gabby Garcia Fernandez will get a kill. That is a 1-point BYU advantage again.
BYU. Serving for the Cougars, number 16, Felicia Padilla.
BYU to serve again, right at Janke. Petchel. Outside, David Keishel, yes! 5-5 is the score. Keishel picks up a team high 12 kills on the night so far.
Well, in our past couple sets, it's been BYU that's been able to push ahead and get a lead. Hopefully this is where GCU can start to do that on their side and carry a lead for the remainder of the set. Obviously, I know it's tied, but this is a good opportunity for GCU to get ahead and hopefully stay ahead.
Off of the hands of the block. That'll go into the back row for Keishel. It's kept alive. Outside, Lincoln can't get it over the net. And it is a 6-5 first lead of set number 4 for the Lopes. And now David Keishel will be the server.
Again, you gotta hope that this can start a little bit of a spark for GCU and give them a couple points.
David Keishel to serve. Big serve, and it's almost down for an ace and kept alive. Petchel outside, Trevor Weary. Unable to get that one to fall. Outside, Lincoln off the hands, and a kill. Andrew Lincoln gets his 6th kill on 7 attempts, and we're knotted back up at 6.
Well, that was great hustle by Christian Jank. He just unfortunately hit off the wrong side of his arm. You know, Lopes have been really doing well, keeping rallies alive. Again, it's just the ball has just been falling the wrong way for him in a couple attempts.
Petchel, Shmalev stuffed at the net, and it's 76 BYU.
Yeah, that front line for BYU is just so tall. It's very hard to penetrate that front line when they are just right there at the net with you.
Brody Ernest to be the server for the Cougars. Out of play, we're knotted up at 7, so a back and forth set here in set number 4.
Someone's going to break free, and hopefully it's GCU right here.
Someone has to break free at some point, but it is a 7-7 tie early on, and now Weary to serve. Outside off the hands, Weary caught a little bit flat-footed there and unable to recover, and it's 8-7 as Gabby Garcia Fernandez will pick up kill number 12.
Serving for the Cougars.
Andrew Lincoln is the server for the Cougars. Petchel Shmalev will find it in play, and we're knotted back up at 8. Alex Shmalev, huge kill for the Lopes as Blazer checks in, as Shmalev will go back to be the server.
You know, again, this back and forth has been a trend for a couple of these sets. For GCU, they've been able to find a couple points when they needed it. And they're keeping it pretty close. But like I said, I'm just going to keep saying it. They just got to start limiting their mistakes.
Number 18, Nikki Hilperainen.
The Shmalev serve into the net, and BYU with another 1-point advantage. Petchel to the back row, Weary stuffed at the net by Davide Gardini. 10-8 now BYU, as the Wolves were looking to get a huge kill from the back row in Trevor Weary, but read perfectly by BYU in their big middles. And they will serve it once again. Petchel. That one for Keyshell. Will find it off the dig attempt by BYU, and now it is a 10-9 BYU lead.
David Keisha was doing such a good job keeping this team within 2 or 1. It's just GCU's got to find some points as they've been unable to so far.
Off of the hands of Janky and Blazer, and Gabby Garcia-Fernandez picks up the kill. It's 11-9. And Gabby Garcia-Fernandez now has 13 kills.
Gabby Garcia-Fernandez.
Fernandez's serve out of play once again, and it's 11-10.
Well, again, you know, GCU's just got to find a way to capitalize on the mistakes of BYU. They've really been unable to do it. A lot of their points coming on rallies, but if they can start to work themselves into a little bit of a groove and start to find points, they'll get another victory.
Pushed over by Lincoln. Udall outside, David Keyshell stuffed, but out of play, and we're tied at 11.
I believe that one did go out of bounds on the clock. They just haven't changed it yet on our scoreboard. But I believe the game is 11-11.
We are tied at 11 as they update the scoreboard, and the Lopes get ready to serve. For Fernandez in the back, it'll squeak through the hands of Keyshell and Blazer. And BYU takes a 12-11 lead. So back and forth, just like it was in set number 2 that we saw the Lopes win. And this is really how set number 2 went until the Lopes started to pull away.
Well, hopefully the Lopes can do the same thing here in set number 4 and start to pull away and find themselves a victory. Did you miss that? Find another point.
David Keyshell was apparently aiming at the linesman in the corner, so.
I would hope he was aiming more for the court in front of the linesman, but it did deflect off of the line judge.
Big kill and point for GCU, and we are knotted up at 12 as Blazer goes back to serve. That one will ricochet out of play. And it's 13-12.
And again, a deflection just going the wrong way for the Lopes, resulting in another point for BYU. You know, things that are just out of GCU's control are now in the advantage of the Cougars.
Petchel will go for Shmalev. He'll go at the touch. It's sent right back over. The Lopes will get another chance to attack. For Keyshell. Kept alive. Udall outside for Weary. Will head towards the BYU bench, but kept up, and now Davide Gardini able to keep it alive. Pushed out back for Weary, kept alive. Udall for Weary one more time. Unable to find it. And now Petchel for Jakey in the back row. Finds a touch, and we're knotted up at 13 apiece.
Eric Jakey with the hammer to tie things up at 13. A great rally on both sides. GCU and BYU keeping the rally going, and then it's the freshman sending it down hard, young man, to the court for another point.
Janky just came out of nowhere as they kept feeding Weary, and it kept getting back to the Lopes. And now they will get a chance to take the lead with Keyshell, who puts that one up and over the net. And now Lincoln is stuffed, and Petchel can't quite turn to find it, and BYU regains another 1-point lead.
BYU. Serving for the Cougars, number 19, Brody Ernest.
Come on,
And that one into the net. Brody Ernest can't quite put it over. Another service error, make it 19 for BYU. We're knotted up at 14. So after we get the next point, we will have a timeout on the floor, as if there are no timeouts called before one team reaches 15, both teams will get a break. So That is going to be a service error on Trevor Weary, and just like that, we have our timeout. 15-14, BYU has the lead here in set number 4, but the Lopes within striking distance. We will be right back for the remainder of set number 4 on GCU TV.
As a kid, I always dreamed of being a Division I athlete. GCU supported that dream, and they also allowed me to get an education. So when I came to GCU, I was able to transfer enough credits in to fast track my education. So I graduated in 3 years with a master's, and I did it debt-free because I had athletic and academic scholarships. I'm Mackenzie, and I earned my MBA from Grand Canyon University.
There's thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
And we are back inside Antelope Gymnasium, where BYU has a 1-point advantage in set number 4. And they also have a 1-set advantage at 2-1. As the buzzer sounds, and we will get ready to resume play with BYU getting ready to serve it. So Andrew Lincoln will be the server for BYU. So Lincoln gets the signal with his team up by 1, and he will serve it away. Right at Janke. Petchel. First Shmelev goes with the tip, but kept alive. And now Gardini will have to send it over. Petchel pushing outside. Janke blocked but out of play, and the Lopes tie it up at 15.
Now this game has been the definition of back and forth, at least this set. Similar to the second set, GCU was able to keep it very, very close, sharing tit for tat, point for point on both sides, and it looks like we're getting the same thing.
Shmelev the server for the Lopes. Big block, Blazer and Janke. Oh my, 16-15, 1-point Lope lead.
Huge block by Caleb Blazer and Christian Janke.
Blazer been the bright spot since he entered the game in the last set for the Lopes. And just missing the back line is Alex Shmelev. Blazer with 4 blocks already, and he hasn't even played 2 complete sets yet. So big up front to go along with 2 kills for him.
You know, it makes you wonder where this team would be had Blazer played the entire season. He's doing a fantastic job. You know, he's come off a little bit of an ankle injury, but has been solid for the Lopes in this game.
Janke blocked, and now, just like that, a 1-point Lopes lead has turned into a 1-point BYU Cougar lead at 17-16.
Well, GCU has been able to find points. It's been going back and forth, and here they're going to need to keep that trend and try to pull away.
Weary for Petchel. Goes outside, David Keichel. Tipped and gets a kill. David Keichel ties it up at 17.
What a shock, we're tied again. I mean, it's really been going back and forth this set. It's made it very, very interesting, but one of these teams has to break free.
No team with a lead larger than 2 so far in set number 4. For Gardini, off the hands but kept alive. They'll go outside. Janke gonna get stuffed, and now 18-17 is the BYU lead. Service error makes that 20 for BYU, and we are knotted up at 18 apiece.
And once again, all tied up at 18. No team has been able to break free so far in this 4th set, and I mean, you gotta hope GCU can do it here.
It'll be the serve from Janke. Will be a service ace for the Lopes and Christian Janke, and he gives the Lopes another 1-point lead.
Well, now again, GCU's just got to carry this momentum in for the rest of the set. It's been going back and forth, and you got to hope that this is where GCU can start to capitalize and get their first big lead of the set.
Good serve that time from Janke as well. Gardini off the head of Blazer. And out of bounds, and we are tied at 19.
Well, heads up play by Caleb Blazer, but unfortunately he goes out of bounds.
Davide Gardini will serve as we are tied at 19. Petchel up top, David Kieshel finds the floor, and the Lopes regain a 1-point lead. As Blazer goes back to serve, Shmelev checks back into the front line. The Lopes 5 points away from forcing the all-decisive set number 5. Kept up and alive. Blazer sends it right back over. Kieshel able to keep that one up. And they'll go right back. Kieshel goes with the touch. Hits the line. Lopes have a 2-point advantage. And BYU's going to call a timeout. We are 21-19. Lopes lead here in set number 4. We will be right back on GCU TV with the remainder of set number 4.
It takes grit and determination to lead a Division I team. But for some of us, it just comes naturally.
We are back inside Antelope Gymnasium where the Lopes have picked up a 21-19 lead in set number 4. They're down 2 sets to 1, looking to force an all-decisive set number 5. They have momentum off a huge David Kieshel kill once again. And Blazer will be the server.
Yeah, the Lopes have been able to find points off of timeouts, and hopefully Caleb Blazer, who has been a spark in this offense and in this lineup, can come up clutch and continue the Lopes lead.
Out of play, Lopes pick up a 22-19 advantage now. And Blazer will keep the service going for the Lopes. BYU fans getting into it now. Their team down 3. Up top, Blazer can't quite keep it alive off of the deflection of Shmolev's hands. And BYU picks up a point, and now it's a 2-point GCU lead as Weary checks into the back row for Caleb Blazer.
And once again, just an unfortunate deflection off great hustle play by GCU goes out of bounds and results in a point for BYU, but Lopes got to get one back here.
And a great serve. But kept up, and David Kieshel unable to find the line out of play. And now a 3-point lead has been whittled down to 2 very, very quickly as Alex Asu gets ready to serve again for BYU. Looking to tie it up in set number 4. Petchel up top for David Kieshel. Yep, David Kieshel gives the Lopes a 2-point advantage. He will go back to serve, but he will get subbed out right here. Will Schwab will make his first appearance in set number 4 to serve at 2 points away from taking set number 4. I think Matt Worley just wants an easy serve over the net, and that's what Will Schwab gives you. And there's a nice little floater over the net. It'll be back row for Gardini, blocked but off of Shmolev's arm and alongside. It's 23-22 as Kieshel checks right back in for Will Schwab.
Yeah, Will Schwab doing his job, sending the ball over again. An unfortunate deflection goes out of bounds. The Lopes cannot allow BYU back in this.
They're up 23-22. Brody Ernest will be the server. Right to Janke. Petchel for Kieshel in the back row. David Kieshel giving 18 kills now on the night. And the Lopes are 1 point away from forcing the best 2 words in volleyball, set number 5. That was 3 words. Set 5.
Well, either way, the Lopes really got to finish it off here.
Weary to serve. Up top, off the hands, but kept up. Sakur in the game now. Will feed Shmelev. It'll be kept alive. Back row block by Alex Shmelev and Oner Sakur. And just like that, we have set number 5 coming your way. As the Lopes take set number 4, 25-22. They are pushing the 11th ranked Cougars to the brink.
Well, how about that? GCU giving BYU a little bit of their own medicine in that front line block, a huge block for the Lopes to give them the huge set victory in set 4. And now they really need to carry the momentum. They need to continue playing well, and they need to continue staying close to BYU. We saw it in the 3rd set when BYU found themselves with a pretty decent lead. They did not give it up. But this game, this set, much like the 2nd set, GCU was able to keep it close. They were able to push ahead late, get the set victory, and I mean, set number 5 is going to be interesting.
And we will have set number 5 for you. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and we will have the remainder of this match when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Baseball's back.
And so is Sanderson Ford with Grand Slam offers like this.
Get a new Ford Ranger for only $22,500. New F-150 Super Cruise from $34,500. We've loaded up the bases with Arizona's biggest selection of new Fords.
Don't miss these straight-up offers at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford.
We're also America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction. We'll treat you right.
Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
We are back inside Antelope Gymnasium for the all-important, all-decisive, anything can happen. Set number 5, and in 5 sets this season, the Lopes 7-2. However, BYU is 4-1 in 5-set decisions, but BYU is 1-7 on the road this season.
Well, GCU's got to continue their hot streak in 5 sets. And what a place to do it. I mean, against the number 11 team in the nation, BYU was looking like they were going to carry off a huge victory against GCU and help their seeding, but GCU had other plans, playing fantastic in the 2nd set, playing even better in the 4th set. Now they need to carry momentum and get a 5th set victory.
So Petrel starts us off with the first serve. And it'll go to BYU, and it's 1-0. However, in the sets that the Lopes have won, they have been able to not be down by more than 3.
Well, again, just like the previous set, the Lopes are going to have to keep it close. They're going to have to score every time BYU scores, and then again, pull away whenever they can. But it's going to come with limiting mistakes.
Now this first serve from BYU. Petrel will set it outside. Keichel! Yes! David Keichel, give him kill number 21 on the night. We are knotted up at 1. Jakey gets ready to serve. Blocked! Caleb Blazer and Trevor Weary close the door on Gabby Garcia Fernandez, who has really not been able to get a whole lot going despite his 14 kills.
When we talked about limiting their heavy hitters, USC was able to do it against BYU and keep Fernandez under 10 kills. Lopes doing a pretty decent job so far, keeping this game close and making sure that Gabby Garcia Fernandez has a quiet night.
Janky serve out of play. It's 2-2. And for the Cougars, Davide Gardini's got 24 kills. That's a new career high for the freshman. So he has been really the offensive spot for BYU as Udall's dig is sent right back over, and they'll go Gardini and stuff, but kept alive, blocked again and over top of the net. And now everybody hustling to the ball. And Keichel just couldn't pop it up. It is a 1-point lead for BYU.
Well, again, you just got to keep it close as much as you can. Go point for point with BYU if you want to stay in this one.
Fernandez will serve again. Right at Udall. Petrel outside, David Keichel finds the floor, kill number 22. David Keichel closing in on his career high of 28 that he had earlier this season. against Pepperdine back in February as Blazer gets ready to be the server. Things really turned around for the Lopes when Caleb Blazer checked into this match in set number 3. And he has been all over the place on the defensive end. That one dug out by Petchel. Blazer set outside for Keichel, no touch, 4-3 BYU.
Well, again, you know, GCU has just got to keep it close any way they can. David Keichel has been fantastic. Caleb Blazer has been fantastic. Christian Jenke has been great. And the Lopes really need to start locking it down here.
And that one off the top of the net. Shmelev had to react. He just couldn't keep it up as it goes over the head of Trevor Weary, and now a 2-point lead for BYU, the largest either team has had early on in set number 5. Gardini serve right at Jenke. It's an errant pass. Weary able to keep it alive, and Petchel sends it right back over. Unable to set up their defense are the Lopes, and it's 6-3. And Coach Weary's Coach Worley is going to take a quick timeout. And it is 6-3 BYU. And now the Lopes find themselves down by 3. And unfortunately, or hopefully they will be able to get things back in momentum when this timeout is over. BYU on a bit of a run or 3-0 run rather, and now the BYU faithful starting to chant it up, and GCU pep band getting going.
Well, hopefully GCU can get a little bit louder than BYU and try to find some momentum for this team. You know, we came into this game knowing that it was going to be a good game. BYU is a fantastic volleyball program, a great team, a young team. GCU also really, really good at home. BYU not so great on the road. Lopes need to start capitalizing and find some points. They kept the last set very, very close. They need to do the same thing here if they want to get a victory.
Absolutely, as there is about 22 seconds remaining in this timeout from Coach Matt Worley. And the Lopes have been able to, out of timeouts, been able to find a couple of points so far in this match.
Well, hopefully they can do the same thing. Just keep finding points and keep this game close. When you give BYU a lead, it's very hard to get it back.
We all saw when BYU got up 4-5, they won those 2 sets. And when the Lopes were able to keep it within 2 or 3, the Lopes won those sets. So we'll see what they can do out of this timeout. It'll be outside for Trevor Weary. Kept alive. And now bump back to the front and hustling over, unable to get there is Andrew Lincoln. And just like that, the Lopes capitalize out of the timeout at 6-4.
Keep capitalizing, keep taking advantage of mistakes. Find points when they're there. Lopes have to keep it close.
David Keichel will be the server now. His team down by 2 in set number 5. It is first one to 15. Got to win by 2. So Keichel's serve is a rocket. And now they'll feed the middle, but it's blocked and kept alive. Going outside for Gabby Garcia Fernandez. It finds the floor, and now BYU back up by 3 and give him 15 kills on this match.
You gotta hope that the clock isn't gonna strike midnight on this Cinderella story, but BYU is really pushing ahead here.
Serve from the Cougars now, right at Jenke. Petchel for Shmelev. The Lopes get one back off a big Shmelev kill, 7-5. Weary will go back to serve. Shmelev picks up kill number 11. Weary serve right off the top of the net and over, and kept alive. And the Lopes unable to dig it out. It's 8-5 now, BYU. And so we will have a quick timeout as we will switch sides. It's a 3-point BYU advantage at 8-5, and we'll be right back with the remainder of set number 5 right here on GCU TV.
Serving for the Cougars, number 19, Brody Ernest.
So there will be no timeout. There normally is after they switch sides, but they will not take it here, and it's 8-5 BYU. Petchel's gonna go with the quick stop, and Tanner Petchel will get the Lobes back within 2. Picks up his 3rd kill on the night.
Well, again, it's about momentum, and GCU has to start pushing the momentum back in their way. It's still a close game, but of course in the 5th set, you only go to 15. You gotta hope that GCU can start to find some points.
So Sakur's gonna check in to the front row for Tanner Petchel. It looks like this is a defense for offense substitution from Coach Worley. A little bit more height in owner Sakur. So Shmelev will get a good serve away. And now it's blocked, but kept alive by BYU, and now Weary for Sakur. Up top, Blazer sent it out of play, no touch, and it's 9-6.
Well, again, BYU doing a great job keeping the rallies going and finding points.
Number 9, Andrew Lincoln.
So Andrew Lincoln gets set to be the server now for BYU. Team up by 3 and 6 points away from taking this match in 5 sets. It's going to be a service ace, Andrew Lincoln. Great serve, and it is now 10-6, and BYU starting to feel it a little bit. Lincoln gets ready to serve once again. Just got a service ace. It's 10-6 Cougars. Jenke, Petchel, outside, David Keichel got a touch and gets a kill, 10-7, give him 23 kills now as David Keichel having himself a huge night.
Yeah, David Keichel has been fantastic, but again, GCU has really got to limit their mistakes here because BYU has still got a pretty decent lead.
So Petchel to serve. Time keeps it alive. Udall will go up for David Keichel, who just sends a little touch over the net. Big block, Caleb Blazer. It's 10-8. Lobes back within 2, and a lot of momentum going their way right now.
I mean, again, right here, GCU's got to capitalize. Huge block by Caleb Blazer as BYU takes a timeout. We'll be right back for the rest of this 5th set. Lobes only down 2. We'll be right back right after this.
Each of us has a purpose. We are destined to do something meaningful, not only to support our loved ones, but to positively impact our communities throughout the country. What do you think a private Christian education looks like? Grand Canyon University graduates 25,000 students yearly and offers more than 225 high-quality programs across 9 colleges. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
We are back inside the Antelope Gymnasium on the campus of Grand Canyon University, where the visiting BYU Cougars find themselves in a 5-set battle with the Lobes. And the BYU Cougars are up 10-8, and the Lobes forcing that Cougar timeout off a couple of great attacks.
Well, right here, GCU, again, we talked about momentum in the Sanderson 4-3 keys to the game. And right here, this is where GCU needs to get that momentum swing back in their way and keep this game close.
Petchel, the serve again. Now it'll be set into the back row, kept alive. Udall will have to bump it up. That'll go for Jenke, it's blocked, kept alive. Udall again, good job. Jenke sends it over. And now the chance to calm back down. Udall will pass. For Petchel. Jenke now, yes! Christian Jenke cuts the lead to 1. And it's 10-9 BYU. And now Antelope Gymnasium has come alive. And it has just come to life for about the first time tonight. It's the loudest it's been.
Keep the momentum going. A great rally for GCU.
They were down 10-6, now a 3-0 scoring run. Up top. And the kill by Davide Gardini to silence the crowd a little bit, and it's 11-9.
Yeah, just barely missed that one on the return. But, you know, again, the Lopes are going to have to work hard to keep this one close.
So Lopes now back to down by 2. Petchel up top for Janke. It'll get it out of play. 10-11 now, BYU. Lopes are right there again, and when they're right there, the Lopes have found a way to get over the hump and take the lead, and ultimately get 2 sets. And now Janke, all he's got to do is put it in play. Good serve from Christian Janke. It almost falls. That one's going to fall for Gabby Garcia Fernandez. He has 17 kills, and the lead is back to 2 as he will go back to serve. And he's serving, but has struggled a little bit tonight.
You got to hope right here his struggles continue, and GCU can get the ball back and hopefully tie this up.
Now want to find over the net, and now Petchel outside for Weary. Now a free ball having to be sent over. Udall. Up top, Janke in the back row! It finds the line, and the Lopes back down 1. And they are within striking distance.
There, Janke again sending one down to keep this game close. I talked about it, this is what they needed to do, get the ball back and continue to get scores.
Hughes checks in for Caleb Blazer in the back row. Hughes will be the server. In the middle, kept alive, Petchel. Janke, almost a miscommunication there, but able to keep it alive. Dugout Petchel coming back. It'll be tipped over, and Petchel outside. Now Weary. Outside for Gardini. Out of play, but a touch. And I don't think that hit anybody's hands. And the Lopes don't like it, and now it is a 2-point BYU advantage. And Shmalev will check in. And I think the Lopes just wanted all of the officials to come together and talk about it, but the up ref not having any of it. So Blazer checks in, but goes right out as Udall is the libero and will come in for Blazer in the back row. So it is now a 13-11 BYU lead and a timeout for GCU, and they're going to talk about it down by 2. We will take one more quick break, and we will be right back on GCU TV for the remainder of set number 5.
Baseball's back.
And so is Sanderson Ford with Grand Slam offers like this.
Get a new Ford Ranger for only $22,500. New F-150 Super Cruise from $34,500. We've loaded up the bases with Arizona's biggest selection of new Fords.
Don't miss these straight-up offers at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford.
We're also America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction. We'll treat you right.
Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
We are back inside the Antelope Gymnasium, where BYU just picked up a 2-point 13-11 lead here in set number 5 and are 2 points away from going back to Utah with hard-fought win. Either way this goes, both teams fought really hard, and now Davide Gardini gets ready to serve for BYU. It's into the net, and the Lopes are back within 1, and life have been given back to the Lopes.
Ball doesn't lie. We had a questionable call. I don't think anyone touched it, and you saw right there, it seems like no one did as that one sent to the net. But right here, momentum needs to shift back into the GCU side.
Schwob in for Keishel, he will serve, making his first appearance in set number 5. He will float one right over the net. They're gonna go into the middle, it's blocked, but kept alive. Back row off of the hands, Janke is right there. Petchel for Weary, a good push. And it's gonna be kept alive in a free ball over, out of bounds. It is tied at 13. And now it is first one to score 2 consecutive points. The Lopes have fought their way back into this one. And a timeout for BYU as the Lopes have won it, or got the game back tied at 13. And we're going to stay right here as the Lopes have just had a great momentum shift.
Well, I mean, we talked about it, keeping this game close, this particular set as close as possible with a very good team in BYU, and they do just that. They're able to keep rallies alive. They're able to find points. They're starting to limit their mistakes, and right here, Kyle, is where the Lopes need to push through and get a huge victory over another ranked opponent.
This year against ranked opponents, the Lopes have beaten number 11, number 9 twice, number 10, and number 14, and they are on the verge of beating number 11 BYU.
Well, hopefully they just got to really finish strong and keep their momentum. I know we've said it all game, but really momentum is huge in sports. You can feel it, and when you've got it, you never let it go.
So BYU will still be in the timeout. They have 15 seconds left, but the Lopes out here on the court, they're ready to go. You can tell they're pumped up. Coach Worley had probably something to say in there about don't let this momentum go away. Keep up what you're doing. Play great defense, and we will be right there. So buzzer sounds, we're ready to go. Schwope has the ball in hand. All he's got to do is wait for the referee's whistle. And here it is, we're ready to restart play, tied at 13. Schwobe serve. It'll be right in the middle. Janke keeps it alive. Petchel outside for Weary. Yeah, it's just gonna miss the back line.
Yeah, that was a good call. It definitely went a little bit over the line. Got to bounce on GCU, and you know they got to get one back right here.
Match point number 1 for BYU. 14-13 is the score. Right at Janke. Petchel for Shmalev. Kept up and alive and pushed right back over Udall. And the whistle sounds, and we're gonna get a double touch on BYU, and we're knotted back up at 14. Weary to serve.
Well, again, right here, GCU has got the momentum in their hands. They got to push through and take the lead.
It is so deafening in here right now. I couldn't even hear that whistle. I saw the whole Lopes bench react, and then the referee's hand signal Lopes point. So Weary, good serve. Up top for Lincoln, off the block. Petchel outside. Janke, yes! And the Lopes are 1 point away from taking set number 5 in comeback fashion. 15-14. Lopes have the lead, and everybody here is on their feet for match point number 1 for the Lopes. Weary to serve. It'll get over to the net. They're gonna go outside for Fernandez. It's blocked! 11 Janke! Point Lopes! And they have done it again! Another upset victory for the Lopes. They have beaten number 11 BYU at home. And everybody here is going nuts.
Wow! What an incredible game for the Lopes! They battled back all game and finally win it in 5. David Keishel, our definite player of the game, 23 kills. Christian Janke coming up clutch. I mean, all around, it was going to be hands on deck, and this team does not quit, and they beat another ranked opponent.
So after back-to-back losses last weekend, the Lopes are back in the win column, and they pick up their first ever win against this BYU Cougar squad. 0-3, no more. And just like that, BYU's losing streak goes to 5 to end their season. And just like that, the Lopes will have one more game on Saturday against Stanford. And you can catch that action right here on GCU TV. First service set for 6 p.m. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. For everybody here at GCU TV, for Philip Katafamo, I'm Kyle Borg saying have a good night, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Saturday, and as always, go Lobes.